Hi everyone, and welcome to the January mid-month check-in. So we only did a mid-month check-in. I honestly was thinking we would do the Monday motivation like we did last year, December and January, but because I was at that Perry Belcher Summit last week, we just changed it to a mid-month. But I'm so glad we did because I got so much done. So who's here? Hey Shelly. Hi, Amanda. Hey, Tasha. All right. I don't know if this is early for people. So I'm realizing this is my normal 8 a.m. There's no way I would have ever done an 8 a.m. before. But now that I'm on the East Coast, we're doing, I guess, 8 a.m. for people who are in Pacific Standard Time. So I have slides for you, and I also have a Google Doc. So we're going to go through both of those today. All right. Here are the slides. So if you are like me, you might still be writing 2024. So, I mean, it's been like 2 weeks, but I still am like in 2024 mode. I don't know why. It just feels weird to write 2025. And that just seems silly. So if you are like me, the new year shininess has already worn off. I don't know. I was so excited about the new year back in December. And now that like January 2nd, I think it already came and went. So I don't know about you, but I do like doing mid-month check-in. So I think what we're going to do is just keep the mid-month check-in for the rest of the year. And I think it's less work than doing the Monday motivation, only because I was so busy getting ready for the Monday motivation. I didn't get a lot of stuff done, but I think like this felt really good. I was able to get a good chunk of work done. We're at the mid-month point. In fact, we're a day early because there's 31 days in January and today is the 14th. And I still feel like there's enough time left in the month to like do a course correction. Also, just clarify whatever my priorities are, because I can tell you right now, I did not do anything I was supposed to do for January. So we'll talk about that. But I did do stuff. So not sure how that happened. I don't know if anyone else is the same. So if you did not get this, there is a link for this below. If you're in Planner Pixies, I'll put a separate link so you don't have to opt in. But this is a Google workbook. So I asked everybody, so if you saw this morning's video, I walked you through really quick how to create a Google Doc, like a fillable workbook that looked like this. And everyone said they wanted Google Doc, which I was so excited about because I was hoping for it. I was worried. I was so worried this year, and I made another video about this, that people would want Notion. And everywhere it's like, Notion's so awesome. Notion's so great. And there's this guy with a Notion tutorial channel that has like over 1 million subscribers just talking about Notion. And I just don't like it. I tried so hard, and I was worried because I totally missed the boat with Canva. Like I was like, I hate Canva. I don't like it. But clearly now it's better, and I do like it, and I use it all the time. In fact, these slides are in Canva. But so I was worried like, oh, am I just being like a baby? Like everyone's using Notion, I should just make the switch. But I'm happy to report people still just want Google Docs and find Notion just as confusing as me. So this is in Google Docs. So it should be easy to copy and paste and enter information. And then I also showed you how to do it so you can do it on your own. And I gave you that banner as well. So I would do that too. Tasha, I was worried that Notion would win. Yeah, so afraid. So afraid. Okay. So we'll do that at the end. All right. So what did I do this month? I did some things, and I made mostly videos. It was really weird. Like I started making videos last month, right? And I hadn't made videos forever. I don't know if I was just depressed or like just in a bad place or having bad hair days every day. But all of a sudden now I cannot stop making videos. Like I woke up at 4 a.m. this morning, so excited to have ideas for videos. I had like thoughts about all the ways I could structure this and like do some research for a video. I am not even sure what happened, but I could see maybe it's because I'm living at home. I'm just like, I have no worries in the world. So maybe that's why like I see all these like high schoolers or not even like college kids making tons of videos because they have no worries in the world. They have all the time in the world to make videos. I get it now. So anyways, I actually made 17 videos so far this month. And that's more than I think I've made maybe all of last year because I just wasn't into it. And even the year before, I barely made any videos. Anyways, I also made a video for Harlequin. And so the videos that I made for the Lisa Latte channel, I was like so proud of. So the last video I made on the December 30th was Scrivener and how to do backups, because I was like, oh, everybody's into Scrivener and like this is so important. And nobody watched it. Like 74 people watched it. So thank you if you watched that video. But I put up one video of Lucky, and it's not even up here. It was like last month, and it had like 1,000 views by the next morning. So I was like, what is going on? The cat is more popular than me. People love the cat. So I have made, it's so easy to make videos of him too. I just follow him around with my phone and you just kind of talk to him. I don't even have to be in the video. In fact, I bet people who are coming to a cat video, and I know I do, I would just prefer to watch the cat. I don't want to watch the owner or the person doing stuff. So yeah, so there's a bunch of Lucky cat videos and they are far more popular than me, if you can look by the numbers. Even the Frosted Misfortunes, I was so excited. I thought people would be dying to read this, like listen to this audiobook. No one's listening to it. People are just watching the Lucky videos. So that's basically what's happened. In fact, I ordered, it should be here later today. I'll do an unboxing. I ordered the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. And I'll tell you why I ordered it, because there were a ton of different like handheld devices. And before in the past, I've had a Sony ZV-1, and you know everyone's raving about the Sony ZV-1. Everyone has one. It has a flip out camera. You can hold it. The thing is, I returned my Sony cameras because one, I thought they were expensive and I never use them because they're heavy. And so when I was at the conference last week with Camila, she had this cute little MacBook and it was like 3 pounds and she could stick it in her purse. You couldn't even see it. It was super light. She's like going to and fro with the purse. And I had the MacBook Pro, which is over 5 pounds, and it was like killing my shoulder. It doesn't even fit in my purse. It's like sticking out, even though I have that huge, huge purse. And I just thought there is no way I am buying a fancy camera again. Like definitely holding the phone is a pain, right, to film the cat. But this handheld DJI Osmo, I was like, I've been thinking about it for a while anyway. And now that Lucky has taken off in his new YouTube career, I was like, this is a sign I should just buy this camera. So I bought a camera just to vlog the cat, not really for me to vlog. In fact, my vlogs aren't even popular. I made them all secret videos. They're just only available to Planner Pixies. New environment and begins. Yes, that is true. I think we were talking about the videos. Love the Lucky videos. Good. Shelly, I watch Lucky too. Thanks. Yeah, everybody likes Lucky. Even the silent videos do just fine with no sound. Anyways, hopefully, like the little YouTube money that comes in for that channel, because that channel earns less because it's a book channel, maybe it will cover his food. So he can just like, the ROI on the cat will be a break even. All right. So those are videos. That's what I did. Oh, the secret video. So if you're not in Planner Pixies, there was a secret video on the Perry Belcher AI Summit I went to last week. It was literally, I mean, I think this picture says it all. It was just the worst. I basically just complained a lot. So I was going to post it on YouTube and I was like, this video is really negative. I'm just gonna share it with only my besties on Planner Pixies. But yeah, if you are worried that you are behind in AI, you should feel like you are not. I felt vastly, I don't know if superior is the right word. That sounds kind of snobby, but I felt way more confident because I had FOMO. Like when I didn't go, I was like, when I was thinking about going, I was like, oh, they're talking about so many cool things. And, you know, maybe I'm going to miss out and I'm going to be so behind if I don't go to this conference because it looks so amazing. And it was so just the worst. So, yeah. Oh, Amanda, my favorite cat videos are the ones with the camera attached to them. Yeah. All right. I don't think Lucky would wear a cat video with a camera attached to him, but we could see. So on the plus side, even though I was like, so my whole pros and cons list for the conference only had like things that weren't related to the conference, which was one, it was up the street and Camila flew into it. And that's really the only reason I went. And so we got to see my friend Terry from college, and we also got to see my friend Chet at the bottom from college as well. They live an hour north. I don't know how anyone else does this, but like I thought when I moved here, I would hang out with Terry and Chet like all the time. But Terry's like at least an hour away with traffic. And then Chet is maybe probably only like 40 minutes away, 35. But they're far enough that I just never go. It's just like too long of a drive to go. And it's weird because when I lived in New York, not talking about San Diego, but New York, if someone was in like I lived on the Upper West Side, and it would take like a good 30 minutes to take the train. And that's not even counting waiting for the train to get to downtown, the financial district. And I would do it all the time. It like wasn't a big deal. But for some reason, being in a car and having to drive myself is like totally different. Although even going to Brooklyn, Val and I would rent a car to drive to Brooklyn to go visit my friend Liz, or even Queens. We rented a car to drive to Queens. I know, it's not even that we're spoiled. I think Val missed driving a car when we moved to New York. And also it's my ex I was dating in New York. And also we only were able to go on weekends because we had like a traditional 9-to-5 job. So the train service in New York on weekends does not run as frequently, or I don't know, it's almost like it's slower too. Like they're just driving a little slower, and there are no expresses, right? So you're making every single stop. So that's also why we rented a car. I'm just justifying renting a car for no reason. In fact, they say, I was listening to someone yesterday talk about the problem with the transportation in New York, because I guess the traffic is like at an all-time high in Manhattan, and that's because of Uber and Lyft. So people, and I saw this too the last time I visited there, my friends, I was like, let's just take the train, because Uber and Lyft did not exist when I lived in New York. And everyone's like, let's just get a Via. I don't know why. Via, I think they're only in New York, but it was like $5, and it would just pick you up along the way, just like almost like a bus. And then it would kind of just drop people off along the way. And I was like, it would be faster to take the train. They're like, I don't want to go in the train. Let's just take a Via. It's only $5. And so we never took the train because everyone wanted to order an Uber or Lyft. And so this is what's causing all of the congestion in Manhattan. People just don't want to bother with waiting for the train anymore. The other thing too, I think when I did ride the train a few times by myself, it was so packed. I don't know who the mayor is or what they're doing, but they are totally sleeping on the job. The trains they were packed. There just weren't enough trains. Like before, there used to be tons of trains. And even if there were a ton of people on the platform, it would only be during rush hour. So that's my commentary for the leaders of New York, who probably are never going to watch this YouTube video, but those are my thoughts. Oh, and new clothes. I was so excited. So for Christmas, my dad gave me money to go buy clothes, but his only mandate was that I not get anything black, white, or gray. Yes, I'm wearing a black shirt today. I just love dark color. I don't know why. It's not like I'm trying to be depressing or I'm goth. It's just obviously black is very slimming, right? And it's very forgiving for curves and lumps. So I just think I naturally tend towards black. It just happens. So because of that, most of my wardrobe is black and gray and just monochrome. And as you know, on this channel, I've been wearing the same shirts for like the last 4 or 5 years because I hate shopping and I don't like buying clothes. So it was a challenge to find like bright colored clothes, but I stumbled upon this store, Lily Pulitzer. I've never heard of it before. It's, I think, based out of Florida. And it's, I guess, famous because this woman, Lily Pulitzer, back in the 50s, one of her dresses was worn by Jackie Kennedy. And that's like probably the only influencer that was around back then because there was no social media. And because of that, it like took off. Her brand became really popular. And it looks kind of like they haven't changed the style since the 50s, which is fine. I'm all for it. I really like them. Maybe I'm entering my old lady phase, but so if you watch the Lily Pulitzer unboxing that I had earlier this week of her planner, I was wearing one of her green dresses and they have pockets. There's nothing better than a dress with pockets. I don't know who like first thought of that, but that's like what's been missing from my life like forever with dresses. Anyways, I got this little tennis outfit thing. It just looked really cute. I got that hot pink wrap thing. I also got that blue skirt and I got that blue dress. So those were all my purchases. It is extremely expensive. So that pretty much blew my entire Christmas budget and then some. So I don't know that I'll be getting any more new clothes for a while. So you might end up seeing the same clothes again for a while. Tasha, love the new outfits. Thanks. I love the new clothes too. Yeah. Who knew I could wear new clothes? So anyways, let's move on. Future unboxing. So while I was sitting at the Perry Belcher Summit, not paying attention to anything because they were talking about nothing, I just shopped online for planners. All I did, so I made a video this week on planner trends at sale. And I basically went through my playlist because I've done 278 unboxings on this channel alone. That's a lot of boxes. And I probably, if I added up all the money, I could probably put a down payment on a house for what I've spent on planners. But what I did is I rebought all of the top planners. So Power Sheets, Carrie & Company, Cloth and Paper, Archer and Olive, or is it Olive and Archer? Whatever. So all of those are, some of them are like, my room is a mess. Some of them are over here. Some of them are on the floor next to me. Some of them are over here. They all came in actually really fast. So this year we're going to do something different because I feel like anybody can do an unboxing and like, I don't know. Honestly, a lot of these haven't changed a lot from year to year. So we're going to do one video where I'm going to do just a pure unboxing and talk about like the pros and cons and like design things that I would pick up on if I was going to make one of these on my own. And then the second video will be a design video. So we'll just do a layout. And honestly, we might do a layout in Adobe InDesign. I know I said we were going to switch to Canva. Oh, lucky. Taken up Lucky's spot where he normally goes, and there's just a ton of planners over there. Anyways, we will do a design layout, probably in Adobe. It's just so much easier for me to like design things in Adobe InDesign, like when it comes to like a layout versus Canva. But I'll play around with it. We'll see what happens, and then yeah. So that's what's happening later this month. I have so many unboxings. And then also habits. So my only goal with habits was just to maintain. I feel like if I had, and I do this all the time, I'm like, oh, what's my new habit? And I feel like everyone does this. And that's why I get so angry when I see the habit trackers and there's like 20 habits. Like, is there any other way that you could possibly set yourself up for failure more than just having 20 habits you need to track every single day? So the only thing I wanted to do was maintain. And I don't know about you. So I was able to stop the desserts, the processed sugar, and the lattes. And I've been doing that for a while. So the caffeine I gave up last April, the processed sugar back in like November. So the weight, same thing. It's January, so everyone is so excited about losing weight. And I'm the same exact way. I am right there with you. But this year I decided to just hold my position. And so this was really hard. So what I found was useful because I used to use MyFitnessPal, but I've switched over to LifeSum. Now, both of those are free. They do have paid versions, but I'm on the free version for both. So here was the problem with MyFitnessPal. So if you look at MyFitnessPal, it goes back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 6.5 years, right? And so 6.5 years ago, I was only like whatever it was, 135. So I always say, if you're looking at that as the baseline, you're going to feel bad about yourself, right? Like just feel awful. Every time I look at it and I see start 135, current 143. Even though I'm like really proud of the fact that I have gone down from I was like 155 in San Diego and now I'm 143. I just feel bad about myself just looking at those numbers every day. Plus, if you look at the scale, you can tell I didn't use it for like 2 years. Like I think most people are like this. Like as the weight's going up, you're like, if I don't pay attention to it and I don't track it, it's like it's not happening. So I did that for a while. So anyways, when I look at this, it just kind of makes me feel bad. So that's why I switched over to LifeSum. LifeSum never does more than like 2 weeks at a time, if that. So you can see January 2nd it started. Lucky just knocked over some planners. January 2nd it started, and then January 14th, today, I weighed myself again. So it just shows you like your movement within the last 2 weeks, which I think is great. So that's kind of where I'm at. I was able to maintain. And I noticed that because I've never, like literally never in my life tried to maintain, I always to go from, as you can see, just ignoring it to all of a sudden it's a disaster. And then I need to like work on it. I ignore it until it's a disaster again. And so having to do a maintenance actually takes work. Usually once I get it, like my goal weight, I'm like, whew, I can like eat anything I want, do absolutely no exercise. Everything is great. And obviously it is that attitude that has made it so I have never been able to maintain. So this is like a new skill for me. Maybe you're great at maintenance, but I know for sure I am not. Just because I feel like once it's like climbing a mountain, and then you feel like once you're at the top, you're like, I'm done. I'm so tired of working. I'm just going to lay here. And that's fine if you're literally climbing a physical mountain. But if you are just doing a metaphorical one like weight loss, you need to do something to maintain your current position. So anyways, that was habits. Future unboxings. I think this is a repeat slide. And then my January goal was a total fail. So I originally was like, when I planned out the year, I'm like, I'm going to write a book every other month, right? And so I wanted to write this book. I thought about writing this book. It's not something I didn't want to do, but it just didn't happen. So instead of like beating myself up and like going through all this list and like reaffirming everything, I think the answer is to just ask AI. So I had some AI prompts that we'll go through. And if you want today's slides, you have to join Planner Pixies. Just go to plannerpixies.com and you can get them. So let me find, hold on. I think it's on another sheet. Where did I put those questions? I put them over here. Here we go. All right. I don't know if this will show up. I've never used this. Okay, there, you can kind of see it. It might be too small. Okay, so here's what I did. I just asked, there were 2 parts in here, and these are clickable, your January goal and your January habit. So obviously, I'm good to go on my habit, so that was okay, but the goal was a total fail. So here in these boxes, you'll just write, like, what was your goal? Mine was to write a book. How's it going so far? Are you 50% done? Because in theory, that's the middle of the month. I haven't even started. And it's because I've been obsessed with making YouTube comment. Should you change your goal? I said no. Even though I really should, I still refuse to move my goal because I'm just really stubborn. I feel like I can just do it all. And so here's the prompt you should ask AI. There are 3 prompts I put in here for you. So the first prompt is if you're behind. So this assumes that maybe I just wrote 1 paragraph or 1 chapter and I still just need to increase the pace. And these are the questions. You simply just copy and paste this. And then here where it says goal, obviously replace it with your own goal. And then action, replace it with your own action. So maybe instead of writing, maybe you want to start a YouTube channel, right? So create a realistic, creation schedule for the remaining days, or filming schedule, or whatever you need. Now, here you can write down the solution because I promise you'll forget it. And then the second prompt is only if you're on track, because it's possible you're on track, but there's so much time left in the month. Anything could happen, right? And I think about that all the time when I think about my weight loss and the fact that I fail, is because once I'm on track, I just quit. I'm just like, I'm done. I've done so much work. So I think this would help you too, whether or not you're on track or not, or whether or not you feel like you're going to succeed or not. Just how do you reaffirm that and like sort of strengthen what is working so you can continue to do it and not let bad habits creep back in. I think I saw this stat the other day for gamblers, and it said like 90% of gamblers fail at recovery. And even though they recover, they obviously go back to gambling. And I think it's because everyone just assumes once you quit once, you're like good to go. Like no one like worries. Like this whole maintenance thing is like a big deal for me because I've never thought about it. I just assumed it would happen naturally. And then I can just start adding more stuff. And sure, you could like brushing your teeth. You do that every day, taking a shower, all of those, making your bed. But until it like really just becomes subconsciously natural, I think things just take work. So anyway, so that's prompt number 2. Prompt number 3 is if you want to change your goal. I know I should so change my goal. I just really don't want to. So possibly this is a new prompt we should add in for next month. But same thing, you're going to copy and paste this, all of it as is. The only thing you're going to change is, and again, this is a Google Doc, so you can just write in this Google Doc. whatever you feel like. Just highlight this and just change it to your goal or whatever you need to do. Anyways, once you copy and paste this, then write the answer here. Now, this is a rinse and repeat sort of AI prompting sheet. So over here is January. So here's your January habits. And then how's it going so far? And then should you change your habit? And then here are the copy and paste prompts that you'll use depending on your situation. And again, you might not use, like for the writing one, I will not be using the positive prompt that says, if you're on track. Because I'm not on track. I will be using the other prompt that says, if you're behind. So anyways, hopefully you find this helpful. This is kind of the new way I think that we should be doing our workbooks for the year versus the ones that you fill out. So we'll see what February's workbook looks like. But I think the AI prompts, I found so much value from them. And I just think doing it the old way is going to keep all of us stuck in the old way. We should all move to the new way. Anyways, let me see. I don't think there were any more comments. Tasha, Planner Fix Smith. Oh, thanks, Tasha. Who else is Tasha? Yay, InDesign. Yeah, we might go back to InDesign. It's just so much easier. Adobe InDesign and Affinity Publisher. Which one is better? Ooh, Adobe InDesign. I don't know. Honestly, there's nothing wrong with with Affinity Publisher, but because I have built up such an expertise and experience and knowledge and skills in Adobe InDesign, will probably not be switching to Affinity. However, when I did try to open things in Affinity and use it, it was pretty easy. So it wasn't very difficult at all. And, I could totally see the appeal of paying for one-time fee versus, a monthly subscription. However, even though it's a one-time fee, when they do upgrades, you have to repurchase it again. So I don't know that it's totally free, like one and done for life. I don't think that's the case at all. Karen, I arrived late. Karen, how could you be late? You were in London, or maybe you're not in London. You're in the UK. So I feel like because I was worried about people on the West Coast. Anyways, I thought of you because I was ordering something the other day from Docs. I think it's Doxsu or whatever. It's a printer that makes planners, but they're based out of the UK. So I was just checking out the quality versus the quality of the American printing presses. Planner Picks the best. Thanks. All right, everyone. I hope you're having a fabulous and wonderful day. And remember, if you're in Planner Pixies, I will download the slides and give you links to everything literally in a couple minutes. All right. Bye.